Hey, everybody. This morning, I'm going to tell you something really cool. I'm actually going to share the secret of how you can get more sales from the traffic that you already have so that you don't have to go searching for new traffic. You just kind of have to mine the traffic you have to get more sales. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Susan Bradley. I own the Social Sales Girls, where we teach e-commerce merchants how to get more traffic and more sales to their own sites without spending a ton of money doing it. Now, that's my one job, but my other job is I'm actually an e-commerce merchant too, like you. I own a really successful little company on Shopify called WeSqueak. I've had it for many years. And what I do on the Monday Morning Report is I actually take you behind the scenes with me and I show you what we did that worked, and how you could maybe do something like that too. I want to leave you a tip to show you what we did and then how you could modify that and use it on your own business. And it's great, I think, because it helps you, hopefully, but it also keeps me like attached to WeSqueak, and so I don't drop the ball as often, and I'm accountable to myself to make sure that we're doing things that work all the time. Now, I do these traffic reports every week. So if you don't want to miss one, just drop us your email and we'll send it to you. We'll deliver it to your inbox every Monday. Now let's just dive in, because this week I'm actually mixing it up. I'm actually not talking about WeSqueak. I'm talking about one of the members of the Inner Circle and a question that she had last week, which I thought was so important and such a big deal that I should share it with everybody. And her question was about traffic and conversion. And it was that she thinks that she knows she's been with us long enough to get started with some email marketing and a funnel. And she knows that that's the best converting source of conversion for her. But now she wants to get more, and she wants to know where she's supposed to look for that traffic. And so she gave us her source medium report, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to share it with you, which is nice of her to allow that, and show you how to get it. And then I'm going to tell you what I feel her best opportunities are and how you can read that report for your business and decide what your best opportunities are. So I'm just going to share my screen, and we're going to jump right in and see where she can get more traffic. So actually, let's just record this too, because I know sometimes the resolution isn't great. So if you want the recording with the good resolution, just make sure you send us your email. So this is her source medium report. You can all find this if you go to Google Analytics. You want to go to acquisition on the left. You want to go to all traffic, and you want to hit source medium. And then you want to filter the dates that you want, because you need a chunk of time to really get some data that makes sense and that you can analyze. So what this shows you very clearly that all sources of traffic are not equal, that some sources of traffic convert a lot better than others. And so what we want to do is we want to identify where we're getting the best results, and we want to think about ways that we can amplify that. And so across the top, you'll see these are the number of users, these are the number of new users, the sessions that those users had, the bounce rate, the pages per session, very important, the time per session, important. These two are more important than the bounce rate, and the average conversion rate. So in e-commerce, we say average conversion rates are 1% to 2%. So this is low average. Now this particular merchant also sells on Amazon and Etsy, and she feels her overall conversion is pretty good. This is the number of sales that she's had in that period. So 0.83. So that means really that out of every 100 people that come to her site, she's not quite getting one sale, right? So we can certainly improve on that for sure. And so when we start talking about traffic and conversion in our members group, this is exactly where I want them to start. I want them to show me this report. This report is long, but what we're seeing here is the top 10 sources, and that's a great place to start. And what we want to do is we want to look at the sources that actually convert the best. And so you can see this member has several sources in the top 10 that actually convert better than the average. So starting with her email, her welcome series. And so what this will be is she very likely has a pop-up on her site, And she then puts the people who don't convert on that pop-up into a short email funnel. And so that's her very best source of conversion. And I would say that's probably my very best source of conversion too with my business. So that's not uncommon. And that's kind of part of our whole reliable revenue system, is that we convert people over time, over email. And so here's what's important about this, is that it's a 3.4 conversion rate. So now out of every 100, she's getting 3.5 people that buy. But here's where the problem lies with this, is that it's only 302 users that have 617 sessions. So can you imagine what would happen if she amplified that, right? If she was able to get this up to 1,000 users instead of 3.5 orders, she would multiply that by 3. She'd have almost 10 orders just by adding people to that funnel. And so that's something that she's aware of, and we want to help her find ways to get more traffic into that funnel. So here's the first thing she should do. She should check her pop-up and make sure that she's converting enough people on her pop-up. So she really wants to convert between 7 and 9% of people on her pop-up. So she needs to check that. And that's kind of a normal range. So she should check that and make sure that that's what she's doing. If it's not, she should test other offers and see what she can do, and make sure the rules around the pop-up are catching the most people. So that's the best way, is to take the traffic that she already has and see if she can get more of those people on her email list. Now, let me just check my notes. The second thing I would say is that it's really important here to note that she has 302 users with 617 sessions. And I've said over and over again, but I'll say again, you need to get people to your website more than once. And every time you do, you almost, like for a short number of visits, you almost double your opportunities to convert. And so what I would say here is that you are not bringing people back enough. And so there's certainly an opportunity for you to do more retargeting and get more people back to your site. These people have visited an average of twice, but there's no other source here where I see that. And so that's important, right? I'm just taking 617 sessions and dividing by 300. So we want to make sure that you get more people back to your site. That's the other thing. So retargeting is a big deal. Now the second opportunity, though, is really kind of interesting. And I would say that between Bing and Google, both of those conversion rates are above average. Bing, I never know why Bing converts so well, but it does for me too. So Bing is 2.31% and Google is 0.95, both above your average. And so that says to me that people are searching for your products, and they're finding what they want generally when they get to your site. And so that raises a really big red flag with your AdWords campaign, your cost per click, because it is not converting at your average. And actually it should be converting way above your average. And so the second opportunity for you to convert more of the traffic that you have is to go back to that campaign, test your AdWords. I would look at what people are actually buying, and I would specifically use those keywords in my ads. And so that is your next opportunity to get the most sales from the traffic that you have. So that's number 2. The third thing is really interesting. You have a link, Facebook, you have a link on Facebook that's converting at 1.71%, which is kind of rare for Facebook, right? Facebook traffic generally converts more like this one up here. So you need to identify what this is. And so I think it won't be that hard. You can check your ads manager. You can go into Google Analytics and see your page visits. But what we want to do is we want to identify what that is, because there's a lot about this that's good. You've got a 1.71 conversion rate, but you also have almost 3 minutes on the page and 5 pages. So you are getting really good quality traffic. Whatever you're saying in that ad is really resonating with people. So I want you to divert more of your ad spend to that particular ad. And I would say that if you can do content that's similar to that, that's going to bring more people to your site that want to buy your products. And so that's the third thing I would do, is I would focus on that Facebook ad. So there's three things, right? You want to see what you can do to get your conversion onto your list from the traffic you have better. You want to go ahead and take a deep dive into that AdWords account and see what's going on, make it better. And the third thing is you want to find that Facebook link and make it better. And those three things, if you can even bring your overall average conversion rate up 0.5%, it's going to change your sales completely, right? And you haven't had to go spend a ton of money just, throwing spaghetti at the wall. So go ahead and do that. Now, I want to just talk quickly about WeSqueak. I know we're talking about you today, Christina, in our group, but I want to talk about our results at WeSqueak. We had a good week, a really good week. And the week before, I was really beating myself up because we practice our reliable revenue system. There's one key thing that we have to do every week. It's simple and free, and I didn't do it. And it really impacted our results. And so what I did in this past week is I doubled down on that thing, and it actually brought us $2,000 worth of sales with no ad spend, zero. And so I'm going to share that with you next week and show you why it's so important just to do a few things consistently, and that changes everything. Even I don't do it all the time, but this is helping me. I'm accountable. But I want to show you what it was I did and what it brought us in sales, how simple it was. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel or anything, and how in this business consistency is a big, huge deal. So that's it. I hope this helped you a little bit. Go check your Source Medium report. Remember, if you want our traffic reports in your inbox, just drop us your email. We won't spam you, but we'll show you what you can do to get more sales and more traffic. Anyway, talk to you soon, guys.